So pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's such a nice knit. Is that bottom also? Oh, I want that. It's beautiful. I just want you to know I'm my favorite girl. This is actually such a random video, but I'm kind of just forcing myself to do it because otherwise I'm just never gonna get back into it. So I'm looking at the viewfinder instead of looking at the lens. We're just gonna have to all figure it out, and I'm already getting red. So hi, welcome to a YouTube video. Wow, even Sean is laughing. Even Sean is laughing downstairs. Babe, that's just rude actually.
Hi YouTube.
Hi YouTube, it's me. After, what month are we in? We're in the 6th month of it. 5 months maybe, 4 or 5 months, somewhere around there. Let's not be judgerig, okay? If you're not from Cape Town, it's judgy. But we're just gonna do it. And I look like I've just come back from a walk because it's true. I just came back from a walk. We are currently still in lockdown. I thought this would be a good time to try and, you know, shove myself into the deep end of YouTube and try and film again and chat to you guys and kind of just get this ball rolling again, because I've been feeling more creative and I'm already getting off track. But we went for a run. We didn't go for a run. We went for a walk this morning in Nordic, which was really nice, and I didn't get sweaty at all, like not even slightly. It was like a stroll, like an old people stroll. So it was really nice to be out in fresh air. But I basically am going to do my makeup while we just kind of catch up, and this video is going to be long. Just prepare yourself, maybe pause here and go and get yourself a coffee or a tea, or it's like 2:30 here, so maybe a wine depending on when you're watching this. As I said, I'm gonna just put some makeup on my face, and I thought we could just chat through a couple of things and I could just feel a little bit less awkward about getting back into things, because there are videos that I want to film. That's why these boxes are here. I am wanting to film an Adidas haul. I'm wearing some of the pieces. I just can't wait. I want to film an Adidas haul, but I just felt like it would be weird to just film that, like that being the first thing that you've seen other than the America vlogs, which I didn't actually finish. So if you want to see those, I can try and condense it into maybe 1 or 2 videos, maybe like one long vlog of our trip to America. And then I also filmed when I was in New York, so if you want to see that, let me know. If it's too delayed, I don't know, maybe it's just worth putting it on YouTube so that it's just there forever and I can rewatch it. But if you want to see it, please do let me know. Actually, go comment now. Even if you comment like 3 times throughout the video, because I'm going to ask you guys questions while I do this, that we are like, I feel like we're having a conversation like it's on Instagram stories, which is not remotely nerve-wracking. And my camera battery light is already flashing. I'm not actually going to mention any products because it's just easier to just chat as if I'm just talking to a friend while we're doing our makeup, but I'm talking to a camera. But I know there's a lot of you that are watching this and you're very excited that I'm back at YouTube, back doing YouTube videos. So yay. Okay, let me change the battery and I'll be back. Let's do this. Let's do some makeup. I have my skincare on from this morning. I'm trying a couple of new things because I am doing a video with a brand towards the end of the month, and I'm going to try not to mess on this beautiful. Am I getting myself into trouble wearing this white thing? We're doing it. I'm not changing now. Okay, so I thought I would just chat through a couple things that I've been thinking about, why I haven't posted, how things are going quite generally. I don't have a mirror in front of me. Like, I haven't not been posting intentionally. It's more just like once you start kind of falling back into normal, my old habit of like not posting, it's really easy to just forget about it. Not forget about it, because there's so many people that message me and they're like, when are your YouTube videos coming back? Are you ever gonna come back to YouTube? And I will. I love it. Like, YouTube is just a different platform. It's got a different vibe. I think it's less judgmental and more like we can have a conversation and you guys fully know me because you've watched my vlogs. And yeah, I think we've just experienced a lot of life together online. And Instagram can kind of sometimes be a little bit judgmental and weird, and it's got its own vibe, you know, but sometimes it's also great. But yeah, it's really easy to just fall fall off the wagon. Is that the right saying? I don't know. But I just want to get back into it because I really enjoy the community that we have here, and it's different to my Instagram following, it's different to my Instagram community, and I want to get back into it because I enjoy editing, I enjoy creating content. Here we are, we're doing it. It's taken me 2 whole minutes to say that. I'm crossing fingers that I can edit that down. I watched a video a little while ago. It was actually about Alfie Days, which isn't really my type of, definitely changed type of content I'm watching, but his videos aren't usually my cup of tea, but it really helped me understand the way I was feeling about YouTube and putting up lots of content. It does take a lot from you, as much as you obviously get paid if your videos are doing well, and the amount of views that you get with videos if it crosses a certain mark, which is nice, but it does take a lot from you. And I think a lot of people think it's just, you know, you talk to the camera for 5 minutes and then it just goes on YouTube, but it takes a lot of time to edit, and I'm particular about the way I want my videos to look. I don't like them to look kind of rushed and haphazard, and because in my mind I'm like, it's always going to be there, and this is essentially me sharing my life with you guys, but I don't want it to be just rough, you know. It can still be beautiful to look at, even though it's normal everyday life. And to be honest, when I was working a 9-to-5 last year, it was really hard to vlog because my life wasn't interesting. I was basically just going to work every single day and being stressed out and overwhelmed and working extra, and then also trying to keep up my Instagram and with campaigns that are going on, and my leave situation was interesting with work, so it was a lot to deal with. And then also spending time with Sean and dealing with a lot of life things, you know, like it wasn't simple, and so it was easier to just scrap one of the things I had to do in order to keep afloat. But now that I'm back at things, back doing this full time, and I'm also feeling a lot more motivated. I think when I stopped doing this full time last time, when I got my full-time job, I was in a very weird headspace, and yeah, that didn't help with putting up YouTube content because I just wasn't in the space to share my life and share how I was feeling. And babe,
sorry,
you guys get to see that. I'm keeping it in. I wasn't in the space to share my life, and I think that that's fair to say, because as I said, this content is going to be up forever. Once I put it online, it's always there, and I didn't want to film anything during that period. I'm back now, which is great, and I'm doing a lot better. I look insane saying this with my eyeball popping out, but I wrote a blog post about it. I'm still busy editing it, but it will be up by the time this video goes up. That is my task. I will have it up, about coming off the pill. It's been a really interesting experience for me, and I spoke about it a little bit on my Instagram, but I do feel like I need to actually talk about it a bit more, because when I decided to do it, there was not much information, like a normal person saying this was my experience, rather than like WebMD telling you everything. And I understand that there is definitely merit to getting a medical opinion. I do also want to know what a normal person felt when they came off the pill, like what the experience was. So that's why I'm also writing my blog post, because I just feel like it's nice to know, you know, like what might be coming down the road. So yeah, and I feel like coming off the pill, I've just felt mental clarity in the last little while. I've been able to be more productive, and more of this is going in the blog post, so I will link that down below. I've been more productive. I've been wanting to do content. I've been wanting to film YouTube videos. I have been creative in my Instagram content. Like, I just don't feel like there's a low-hanging gray cloud just constantly following me around, and it's just it's a flippin' breath of fresh air. So that has been amazing, and it's been amazing to kind of feel that urge and that tug to film YouTube content again, because this is something that I really do love, and I've put so much time and effort into it, and I know you guys love it as well. I'm back for the second time. It's still fair to say I'm back. And this morning I found myself sitting in the bathroom. You know, I went to the toilet and then I was just sitting there on my phone. Don't tell me you don't do that. Surely everyone does that. You just get sucked in on Instagram or TikTok maybe. You're just sitting there. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting there on your phone because you've been reeled in fully, you know? I'm making a fishing references. If I know anything about fishing, I know nothing. But yeah, I was sitting there and then I got myself down a tunnel of seeing some of my high school friends. I was just watching stories and then I clicked into a profile and it took me down a hole. I caught myself in a comparison trap. When I was younger, and my sister, when she watches this, I'm sure she'll comment and be like, yes, that was you. I was big on comparison, like quite naturally. I don't know if it's because we grew up together and we were so close together in age that people very naturally compared us as sisters and as siblings, because we were so different. We looked different. Our personalities are completely different. Just on looks, my dad was tall and skinny and dark, and my sister was like that. I mean, she was more caramel color, but she was tall and skinny. And then I look more like my mom. I've got bigger bones, I've got a bigger build, I have more meat on my bones. I just always have. And as a kid, we were just always compared, you know. And I don't think it was ever out of a place of malice that people did it. It was just because when you look at these two siblings, these two sisters that are so close together in age, but they're so different. And her personality was like bubbly and friendly and happy to give hugs, and she just loved people and they loved her, and it was a very natural thing. That's just her personality. And my personality was just, it was quiet. I liked reading. I was not overly affectionate physically or even with words, to be honest. I was just generally more reserved and more introverted, and then it gave people the space to be like, oh, you guys are so different, you know. And then in my mind that was a negative thing, because being different wasn't a positive. You wanted to be a cookie cutter mold, and because she was more friendly, I was like, maybe I'm just rude. As a child I always thought that, and so that's just what it was. But I digress. I've got an itchy nose, just let me. So I think that just put me on a cycle of, this is just what my brain does. Like that just is where my brain went all the time. And I remember in high school and primary school, I would Christy is my closest person. I would just look at her. We'd be walking in the mall or looking at pictures, not online, in a magazine, and I would point to someone and I'd be like, do I have legs like her? Or do I look like her from behind? Or am I bigger or smaller than that girl over there? Because I couldn't see myself the way other people did. I think I just had a different picture, or I wanted to understand where I was in like a ranking system. I don't even know if you'll understand this, because I would actually love to know if any of you do this or did this, or if it was just me and my very weird brain. But did you have like a ranking system in your brain about people? So in my mind, I would rank your appearance, so whether you were skinny or fat or in between. Those were my ranking systems. They're not anymore. I've worked really hard to kind of eliminate those. But yeah, it was like your physical appearance, whether you had nice hair, whether you had money or not, whether your parents had money, whether you were able to buy nice labels. Back then it was like, I don't know, hang 10, Billabong. Yeah, I would rank those things. I would rank your parents, your upbringing on a ranking system in my brain constantly. And that's how I would judge other people. So with every interaction, I had that ranking system in my brain, and I would judge people on that ranking system. It's so tiring. Like, you could honestly go around in circles over and over again, and you will always find that there is someone better than you in that ranking system, or worse off than you, that you can, you know, make yourself feel elevated and, you know, like walk a little bit taller. But in reality, what we see is totally different to what's actually going on. Like, for a lot of people online, they can portray this life that is really easy, without worry, without, you know, monetary stress or emotional stress about family or your relationship or whatever it is. But some of the time it's just not true, and you see the perfected picture of that on Instagram, on Facebook, on even in like a person-to-person interaction when you bump into someone maybe from high school that you haven't seen in 10 years. It's been 10 years since I was in high school. Holy cow. How old was I when I started YouTube? I don't even know. How old was I? Now I'm 28. How did we get here? Anyway, so you could bump into someone that you at the mall or out for coffee that you maybe went to school with, and then in that like 10-minute random catch-up, you're all about, you know, making yourself look as best as you can. Now I've gone down a tangent because this is my brain, and this is what a one-way conversation looks like because you guys can't respond. If you're understanding any of what I'm saying, if any of this makes sense to you, if you've done it, if you have or had that ranking in your brain, please do tell me. Anyway, the point of me telling this story, I got sucked into Instagram, and then I went down this train and I actually caught myself ranking someone based on what I saw on their Instagram, someone from high school, and I was just like, what is going on right now? Like, this is not me. I stopped doing this years ago. This is just not my personality. This is not my heart. Like, and then when I caught myself in it, I realized how many negative things I was saying about this person, and then also about myself, because there were some things that this person was doing better than me in my mind, you know, better than me from what I had seen on Instagram. But it's just a facade, actually, to be honest. Unless, and even sometimes when someone is being honest online, like, I'm big on being authentic online. You guys know this by now, on my Instagram and even on YouTube. But not everyone else is, and that's fine. That's honestly fine. Like, some people do want Instagram to be their highlight reel. They do want it to be things that they're proud of. They do only want to share good things, and I think that's fair. Not everyone is going to share the hard things online. We can't expect them to. Sometimes if life is really hard, it's easier to not talk about that stuff online until you figured it out. Just thought I would come on and say that and catch up with you guys, see how you're doing, how you're feeling in lockdown. If you're from other parts of the world, how is lockdown going for you? Or maybe even just like, I think around the world they're releasing a lot of the lockdown rules, whereas we still have quite a few restrictions here. Wherever you are in the world, tell me how you're doing with lockdown, how you're feeling, and then also, are you working? Like, are you back at work, or are you still working from home? All of those things. I'm interested to see how it's going for other people. Who are you liking on YouTube? I'm clearly out of the loop, but I will always love Lily and Anna, Lily Pebbles and the Anna Edit. Those are my favorites. I've scaled down on who I watch and how much YouTube I watch now, because obviously there's so much more content online. Like, there's IGTV, and you know, when I started YouTube, this was the space that you shared video content. There wasn't anywhere else that you would share it besides like Vimeo or something like that. I'm intrigued. Like, are you watching YouTube as much as you used to? Have you also scaled down like I have? Like, and then do you have like a list of, you know, 5 people or 10 people, or however many it is, that you specifically come back to watch? Are you guys watching anyone interesting that I should be following and seeing their content? Because I need to get back into regular content, which is happening right now. I'm using a couple of clean beauty products. I don't like that word. I need to find a word that better suits it. More like natural, organic, that kind of vibe. I wrote a blog post in collaboration with Aurora Sustainability. They're a wonderful company that do, this is not a paid for integrated advertorial at all. I'm just talking about it because I'm so excited about the blog post, like genuinely excited to be back on the blog, back writing, and really enjoying it. Like, I have 3 or 4 blog posts already drafted that I'm kind of working on when my brain goes there and when I'm like in the space to talk about it. But yeah, I'm back on the blog, loving it. Look at me coming back to all the things I started with. Yeah, oh, I was saying, I wrote a blog post in collaboration with Aurora Sustainability. It's all the stuff that I've wanted to share over the last while, but it always felt like too much to share in like an Instagram caption. So now going back to the blog, it's really easy to, you know, get more information out there because people are prepared to read, you know, and it's people that are interested in that topic. You're not maybe going to enjoy every single blog post, but you will gravitate towards stuff that interests you, and that's great. So if you want to go check out that blog post, I will have it linked down below. The description box is different now as well. It's like you have to click see more, I think. I was going to say we're all tech savvy. We are not all tech savvy. I am not tech savvy. So yeah, I wrote that blog post and I really, really love it. Like genuinely love it, because it actually just pulls all the information that I've learned over the last little while and the things that I have adapted in my life to live a more sustainable lifestyle. And I have spoken about, you know, living a minimalist lifestyle on my channel before, like when we moved into this apartment, which we've been in here for like 2.5 years. We're going on 3, right? No, I don't know. Maybe we just renewed our lease. I think we just renewed our lease. I think it's 2 years. But yeah, living more minimalist lifestyle. So I spoke about that in the blog post as well, and it's something that has really, I've got a fluff on my lip, we worked quite hard on over the last few years. I'm sorry if you can hear the sound of Sean's PlayStation remote bloody clicking all the time. It's the bane of my existence. But small space, minimalist lifestyle, I've got to deal with it. So yeah, there's a lot of that in there. There's a lot of like my favorite sustainable brands, fashion, beauty, lifestyle, shopping, all that kind of stuff. It's all in that blog post, and I want to add more posts to my blog about sustainability just because I feel like it's something that I'm really interested in, and there's still a lot of misconception about it, and I'm not that person that's super pushy and like, you have to do what I'm doing because it's really good for the environment. It's just not me. Like, I'm very much the person that's like, I mean, do whatever you want to do. All I'm doing online is just sharing my interests, and this is one of them. And I'm never ever sharing anything to make someone feel bad about what they're doing. I'm all about doing your little bit, and your little bit can be as simple as not getting plastic bags, maybe not getting bottled plastic water. I don't know, bottled plastic water. We know what I mean, right? It's definitely like you know, you figure it out as you go, and you may not feel like it's something that's important to you right now, and that's perfectly fine, honestly. Well done if you've actually made it this far into the video, because I know at this point that it's long. It's taken me 40 minutes at this point. I don't know how long this video is to explain that. I don't know if I'm jumping around, but we're just gonna have to deal with it, you know. I ended up randomly stopping uploading content when we went to America, and for me it felt like I was annoyed with myself that I would have to take time away from spending time with my family to edit a video, because I had created this expectation on myself, and I'd created the expectation online that I would be back on YouTube and be sharing content regularly. But in reality, it took me so long to edit a video because I was not used to it. I was getting back into editing, and so it just naturally took me longer, and I was not willing. This is the long and short of it. I wasn't willing to take away time from time that I could have spent with my family to edit a YouTube video and upload it. So instead I just did more Instagram content, and I think that worked out fine. I still filmed a lot. I filmed a lot, and I just haven't edited it. I've just got it in folders on my hard drive. If you've made it this far, well done. Like, actually, well done. It was one hell of a video, but maybe it makes up for all the months that I haven't uploaded. No, it doesn't. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be sharing my life with you guys again, and I actually feel like I'm doing well at the moment, which is a breath of fresh air. Anyway, yeah, look at that. I did it. I filmed a YouTube video, and we are back again. It's getting weird. I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of just chatty, get ready with me, like just catch up, debrief, questioning monologue so many different things that this could be. Remember to comment and tell me if you had that ranking system in your brain as well, if I'm very weird. Tell me if you want to see like a long America vlog where I'll put all the footage that I have in one vlog. It'll still be beautiful though. And also if you want to see the New York vlog, because I have footage from that. Yeah, if you're new and you've made it to this point, well done. Subscribe if you would like to see more. I have an Adidas haul coming up after this because this will be in it. So you can look forward to that, and check out my Instagram for daily normal content. Okay, I love you guys. It was so good to chat. It was so good to have a monologue. I'm so excited to see the comments of like people that are actually going to respond to all of this stuff that I have been saying to camera, but actually to you guys, because I know the faces now and the names of people that are regularly watching, and it makes me happy now. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.